We'll go with the Turkish media over there.
Sertaç Aktan from IHA News Agency. Mr. Secretary General, I would like to have a couple of questions, if you allow me. First of all, at this point, can you confirm any technical details about this decision, like how many missiles, where are going to be deployed, for how long? My second question will be, NATO made it clear that it is for defense. But what is not still very clear to me is the rule of engagement and the cause for engagement. At what stage are these missiles going to be used? And the third one is that is there any possibility in the mid and long-term future that these missiles can become a part of the NATO missile defense system capabilities? Thank you very much.
Firstly, no, we have not had technical discussions today. It's been a political discussion and a political decision. Now we'll follow the technical implementation of this political decision. As regards rules of engagement, we follow normal procedures. Such a decision is always, or in such a decision is always included rules of engagement agreed by all 28 NATO allies. And finally, on missile defense, no, this deployment of Patriot missiles is not part of a NATO-based missile defense system.
Lady over there.
Hi, Margaret Brennan from CBS News. Secretary General, the decision today protects those within Turkish airspace, but we know more than 38,000 Syrians have been killed from aerial bombardments and attacks by their own government. Is there no moral imperative for NATO to do something to protect those Syrians?
It's absolutely outrageous what we're witnessing in Syria. And I strongly condemn the crackdowns on civilians in Syria. I think it's a responsibility for the international community to ensure or to facilitate and ensure a peaceful political solution to the conflict in Syria sooner rather than later. NATO's responsibility is to protect populations and territories of NATO allied nations.
Nureddin.
Mr. Enrique Salvato from the Spanish newspaper ABC. Mr. Secretary General, can you be more specific about the reports about the chemical weapons and which is the relation of this threat with the systems who are going to be deployed in Turkey?
No, I can't be more specific, but based on reports from allied nations that monitor the situation, NATO ministers unanimously expressed their grave concerns about these reports. Let me stress that the deployment of the Patriot missiles will take place irrespective of these reports. The aim of the deployment is to ensure effective defense and protection of Turkey against any missile attack, whether the missiles carry chemical weapons or not.
We have time for two more questions. Nureddin Fridi there.
Mr. Secretary General, Nuruddin Fridi from Al Arabian News Channel. In the past, there had been enough inaccurate intelligence report regarding weapon of mass destruction in Iraq. This is very, very long in the past. But today, Mr. Lavrov said that these reports regarding moving the chemical materials in Syria by the Syrian regime is rumors. Again, I would like to ask you how relevant are the latest report on the matter? And in your mind, is NATO had plans or able to do any military action since these chemical threats are on the border of NATO territory, if it has to do so?
Our position remains the same. We have no intention to intervene militarily. There's no change in our position, but of course we will do what it takes to defend and protect our ally, Turkey. And as regards the credibility of the reports, as I told you, 28 NATO ministers, foreign ministers, unanimously agreed to express their grave concerns about these reports.
Beta News Agency.
Dragan Blagovic, Serbian Beta News Agency. Secretary General, can you specify a little bit more on the Balkan countries' possibility to approach, to reach standards for membership in NATO? And second question is, did ministers discuss the situation in Kosovo? Thank you.
Yes, we discussed the situation in Kosovo. The EU High Representative Ashton also participated in the meeting, and that gave us an excellent opportunity to also compare notes and ensure that NATO and the European Union cooperate and coordinate closely when it comes to the situation in Kosovo. On the one hand, we are pleased to see improvement in the security situation during recent years. On the other hand, we also realized that the situation in the north is still volatile. This is the reason why NATO has postponed the decision to further reduce KFOR troop presence. We still monitor the situation. We fully support the EU facilitated a political process, and we would encourage Pristina as well as Belgrade to do their utmost to find political solutions to the situation in and around Kosovo. All ministers expressed their support for a continued open door policy. Our door remains open. We want a credible open door policy, which on the one hand means that we will not compromise on criteria for joining the alliance. We want to make sure that countries that aspire to become members of NATO also fulfill the necessary criteria before they actually join our alliance. But on the other hand, it also means that we are strongly committed to ensuring steady progress in their relationship with NATO. In other words, also encouragement so that we will assist them in carrying forward the necessary reforms.
Thank you very much. That's unfortunately all we have time for tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you.